Hi, my name is Melina and I'm a holistic health coach. I'm here today to provide some tips to support you on your holistic healing journey. So today I want to talk about the emotion code. The emotion code is a really simple yet effective technique to help us release trapped emotions. It was developed by Dr. Bradley Nelson, who is a chiropractor, and it was developed quite a while ago, I believe over 10 years ago. And it was just something that kind of came to him through the divine, through source, and he's been using it since and teaching others to do it all around the world. I myself have been using it for 9 months now, and I found it to be super effective, super gentle, and it's easy. It's easy for me, it's easy for the client, and what's not to love when something involving healing is easy. So the whole idea is that we all have emotional baggage. I don't think I have to tell you that. But what is emotional baggage anyway? It's essentially trapped energy. It's these balls of energy, these trapped emotions that get stuck and lodged in the body when we experience some sort of event and we're not able to properly or fully process emotions that are associated with that event. So trapped emotions are essentially another layer of toxicity that can cause imbalances in the body. It can cause imbalances physically, but also, of course, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. It's frequency. Everything's frequency. Everything is energy. So everything can affect everything else. So as such, when we help ourselves in one way, it has a way of unraveling and connecting to these other pieces and helping us in all these other ways that we're not often conscious of. So this modality essentially uses a chart of 60 emotions. There's 2 columns, 6 rows, and one by one, emotions are identified. So essentially, like, you would identify some kind of block that you have, or some kind of event maybe that you experience that you have some trapped emotions. You know there's some blockages there that you experience. Maybe you can release some trapped emotions around. One by one, I ask a question and I test and I see, which emotion's wanting to be released now. And once it's identified, then I release it. And actually, this is something that I do most of the time. It's virtually, it's not in person, so I use myself as a proxy. It's all energy healing, it's energy work. And we're able to neutralize the emotions as they're released. The really cool thing about this is that it's just super simple and straightforward. We don't have to go into these old stories about why it might be there in the first place, or how it was that we always felt that emotion. This particular person did this thing to me, or even if we know like it was from something in their childhood that was particularly traumatic, we don't need to revisit that event. We don't need to try to talk it out and rehash it, or open this can of worms that can ultimately possibly re-traumatize us. So it's super gentle and safe and allows the body, the system, to process things in a way that isn't going to really stir things up for us. I've seen this modality help people feel like they have more energy, feel like relief from pain. I've had it help people with their anxiety, their depression. This one's an interesting one, how someone's heart beats. Like, essentially, this was actually my husband, whose heart was beating really, really hard. That was his regular heartbeat. It was a very hard beat. And after I did the emotion code on him from a very traumatic experience he had as a child, just saying, is there a trapped emotion I can release from this event? And just releasing one after another, his heart started to beat softer that night. And since then, this was many months ago now, since then it beats softly and gently, and it's literally changed. It's changed him forever. This is the kind of thing that we can see it shift. All these different, it can shift kind of like relationship dynamics. It can shift pets' behavior. Yeah, I can just work on animals too. It's pretty cool. Because again, it's all energy, and pets have emotions too, right? And pets are actually really, really good at absorbing our emotions if they notice that we're having a difficult time. So they might take something on for us. So that's usually like the bulk of what pets are walking around with. We can also inherit these, which is also really interesting because when we release the inherited trapped emotions, it actually releases for anyone who inherited it, including any siblings, our parents, or whoever passed it down along the line. It can go back many, many generations. So it can actually release for those who have passed over as well. And everything's energy, remember, so like, yeah, why not? Some people are able to resolve whatever's going on within one session. Some people need multiple sessions. These things have been accumulating for some time, and so if you have some kind of habit or some kind of block, chances are there's a good amount of layers there that are causing that block. So if you're interested in checking out Emotion Code and seeing if this is something that can help you, I'd be happy to support you with that. I offer these services on my webpage. If you go to thedivineiswithin.com and check out Emotion Code sessions, you will be able to schedule. I wish you the best on your holistic healing journey. Thanks for listening.